Hey, yo, peace to the family. Just got through listening to a video, pretty much an interview, I guess, of some sort of that Fight Hub TV did with Rolly Romero. Now, me listening to this, a question was posed, and I'm gonna play a snippet of it. A question was posed as it relates to what happened with the Rolly Romero and Devin Haney negotiations. Now, some people are saying that Devin duck Rolly, this and that. There's not a whole lot saying that, but the few people who are. And again, I don't have a dog in the race. I'm not on neither guy's side or whatever the case may be. However, I'm going to call it the way I see it. So it's just very hard and very difficult for me to fathom Devin Haney ducking Rolly Romero. There's nothing about Rolly Romero that anyone should duck. From a skill set standpoint, he don't have the goods. Now, he comes from a judo background. He's very strong. And Rolly Romero, he does have that retarded strength. You get what I'm saying? But, outside of that, and, I just don't see, you get what I'm saying, anybody ducking him. I don't care who the fighter is. This is the same fighter that got pretty much mollywopped by Aesop Pitbull Cruz. Got knocked out, got stopped, got dropped 25 times in that fight. And Aesop Cruz is like, 5 feet tall, right? Let's see. And then this is the same guy who got the brakes beat off of him by Ismael Barroso. I call him Grandpa. Paw had put them hands on him, and Tony Weeks had to jump in there and save the day. That's how he won the belt at 140, because Tony Weeks jumped in there. The old PBC 52 fake out, right? So they did that. The PBC 52 fake out. They did that, right? Let's see. Of course, he got beat by Tank, stuff like that. And, you get what I'm saying? So just from a skill set standpoint, he doesn't have it. He beat Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia is not that great of a fighter his damn self. Really, Ryan and Rolly is pretty much on the same level from a skill standpoint, even though I thought Ryan was going to beat Rolly, but it's like, but I thought about it. I said, man, Ryan Garcia, what does he have? He got a left hook. That's it. That's all they have. That's it. You take the left hook away, he ain't got nothing else. So, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. Now, as it relates to Devin Haney, I don't see Devin Haney ducking this dude. Not this guy. It ain't like Rolly Romero was a killer. He fight Brian Norman Jr., who a lot of people say it was one-dimensional, didn't have anything. Ron Goodall told me that. And Ron Goodall, you pretty much was spot on in your analysis of your breakdown of that fight. But outside of that, I just really don't see it. You get what I'm saying? Listen, now, I will say this here. If that fight didn't happen, well, we know that fight not happening. But if that fight don't happen, it definitely has to be the money. Because this is the issue, right? The American fighters in today's time is going to have to accept one reality. Without Turki Al-Sheikh, money involved, you're going to have to pay how you weigh. A lot of these guys, you've been getting, pretty much a lot of these guys, you've been living high off the hog for a long time. You'll be eating all the chitlins, all the hog maws, all the pig feet. You know what I mean? All the pig knuckles, all the hog head cheese. You've been eating high off the hog. You've been living high off the hog for a little bit, right? It's what we're seeing in America is when Turki Al-Sheikh is not involved, a lot of these big time, big name fights, with big name fighters fighting each other, it don't happen. Now, we do have the Xander Zayas and Jaron Business fight going down, which is great. And that's because of Xander Zayas. And he didn't pitch a fit about, how much money both of them are making the same thing. So that's great. And both of those guys are getting paid what they should get paid, because neither one of them is a draw like that. So that's great. Now, as it relates to Rolly Romero, let's hear what Rolly Romero have to say. And I want to interject on this here.
Man, we got to know, man, what happened with Devin Haney and that fight? It sounds like it's not happening anymore. I don't know. You tell me what's going on.
I told you they were just lying the whole time. They said I sent them a great offer. Did they not? They sent all this stuff right, but they want any way out because Devin doesn't have a chin. They like to waste people's time. Oh, Debo.
He is right about that part. Because I remember when I interviewed Bill Haney did say that the money looked good, the offer was good. He spoke highly of Al Heyman. He spoke highly of doing business with Al and all that stuff there. He said all of that on this show. And then he even told me on this show, yeah, man, May 30th, we gonna take out Rolly Romero. We're going to do A, B, C, and D. So according to the words that came out of Bill Haney's mouth on this show, the money was good. Everything was great. The fight was going down. Now, what happened after that, I have no idea. But let's get back to the show.
Dev don't duck anybody, but like before offer, did they not? They sent all stuff right, but they want any way out because Devin doesn't have a chin. They like to waste people time. Oh, Debo, Dev don't duck anybody, but like clear, like before, it was like, oh, I wasn't entertaining because but I'm like, I'm gonna see, let's press at it, and then now it shows, like, right. Those guys are deceitful. They lie nonstop. Everything that Devin and Bill touch gets shattered. Every promotion company, everything, because they cannot do anything. They cannot generate views. They cannot generate income for anybody, and they know that.
So what Rolly Romero in essence is saying is this here: that Haney's built, Devin Haney is not a draw like that. Now, of course, what Devin Haney fans are going to say, well, look, we fought in Oakland and we sold it out. I think that's where the Golden State Warriors fight at. Well, they fought in San Francisco. We sold out the arena, A, B, C, and D, right? And so, but I've been hearing this, the Haney's don't really sell. And then what it is it's a lot of people that was in the arena. Yeah, but what was the gate like? What was the ticket sales like? What was the gate? Did you get what I'm saying? Those numbers. And a lot of promoters, I think Eddie Hearn was involved in that. Eddie Hearn promoted that event, with Devin Haney and Regis Program. But so what Rolly Romero is saying, he's saying, look, man, yeah, man, they not no draw. They don't sell. But I say this here, Rolly Romero, are you a draw? Do you sell? Because if the Haneys, Devin Haney is not a draw, he don't sell. What in the hell is you? Surely you're doing less than Devin Haney. So you got to take that into consideration. Do you get what I'm saying? The only value in this fight is the fact that Rolly Romero has a belt and Devin Haney has a belt. And it was a unification match. So really, in this essence, both of these guys need each other. Not necessarily because of each other, but because of what's on the line. Do you get what I'm saying? The belts really don't mean that much in today's time. I do get that. But I'm saying that is what made it intriguing. But I digress. So let's continue.
So they didn't want to bet on themselves because, well, they know they're not worth anything. Nonstop. Everything that Devin and Bill touch gets shattered. Every promotion company, everything, because they cannot do anything. They cannot generate views. They cannot generate income for anybody, and they know that. So they didn't want to bet on themselves because, well, they know they're not worth anything. I never want to hear them call me out again or bring me up or any of that stuff. It's dead. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. It's dead. It's done.
Man, it's unfortunate. I know Devin said something about complaining about the split that you wanted and saying something.
We're putting up all the money. What more does he want? It's a 50-50 split. We're putting up all the money. Bet on yourself. You're Devin Haney Promotions, right? That's how it works, right? We told him, all right, go sell your 50% to DAZN, or go sell your 50% to this. Nobody wanted to put up the money because they know there was no money because Devin can't sell.
So he brought something up as it relates to DHP Promotions. I keep going back to DHP Promotions. So let's break this down in closing. I hear what Rolly Romero is saying. I don't think that Devin Haney is ducking Rolly Romero because he's afraid of Rolly Romero. There's nothing that no one can tell me on the planet Earth that anyone is ducking Rolly Romero. There's nothing about him to be afraid of or duck. If Devin Haney pulled out of that fight, for whatever the reason may be, it had to be the money. Now, although Bill Haney did come on this show and say that the money was good, everything was great, the fight going down May 30th. So whatever happened between the time he was on this show and the time that, reports came out that they're done with the fight, they're not trying to fight Rolly Romero anymore because of money issues and all that stuff there. Whatever happened, I don't know. How did it go from everything was good to everything ain't good? And that's pretty much what's going on in boxing. You don't know where Al Heyman is at. You know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather can't sue Al, but he's suing Steven Espinosa in Showtime. Ain't no other PBC fighter complaining. Rolly Romero seemed like he's not gonna complain about anything. He gonna take whatever they give him. You get what I'm saying? And apparently Devin Haney won't. So it's not. He doesn't want to take anything that they're giving him. So more than likely it was a typical PBC contract. What we gonna do, baby boy? You know what I mean? We gonna give you a little bit on the front end. Probably gonna give you like maybe 500 thou wow, and then you're gonna get the rest on the back end. Devin Haney more than likely wanted millions of dollars, probably want $7, $8, $9, $10 million or something of that sort. And the issue is you're not going to get that kind of money without Turk Al-Sheikh. because Eddie Hearn ain't gonna pay you that kind of money. Because Eddie Hearn always talk about we lost money on Devin and this and that, and Bob Arum ain't gonna get nowhere near that kind of money. You know what I mean? So you got to pay how you weigh. You got to pretty much eat what you kill. And you got DHP Promotions. So I don't think that when people think of DHP Promotions is not a promotional company like Top Rank or Matchroom or Queensberry or even Golden Boy. It's not that kind of, like, when you hear a fighter have their own promotional company, look at who they have, look at if their promotional company is run like a regular promotional company, meaning like a Top Rank or whatever. Compare a fighter's, it's like a rapper having an independent label for the most part, right? If I got an independent label, but you ain't really got nobody signed or doing anything or whatever the case may be, right? So what it is these promotional companies, they get money from the networks. And, the networks put the money up, pretty much the promotional companies go into a deal with a network, and if there's money involved, the network will give that promotional company a budget, and then from that budget, they're able to pay their fighters and put on the show and all that stuff there, and they're handle the production costs. I don't think Devin Haney have anything like that. I don't think Devin Haney has, sorry about that, we got the lawn people here. I don't think Devin Haney has a situation where he has a network deal with DAZN. He has a network deal with let's see, Turk Al-Sheikh, Turk Al-Sheikh is the one that put the money up. He don't have a network, but he has a network deal with Paramount, which I think Zuffa is over there now. We got the deal with Paramount. They're getting billions of dollars from them for their boxing. I think they got like 4 or 5 year contract with Zuffa, with Paramount. Zuffa does. So he doesn't have a situation like that. I got to partner up with the guys who have the money, and then I negotiate whatever they have a split for me and everybody else. So I see how that is. Devin Haney doesn't have a promotional company like that. It's not like that. It's more like we're going to put our name on a banner or something of that sort. So, I get what Rolly is saying. He's saying, look, ain't you DHP Promotions? He's calling his bluff on that. He's calling his bluff on the DHP Promotions. But however, he don't have the situation. DHP Promotions is not Top Rank. DHP Promotions is not Golden Boy. DHP Promotions is not Queensberry or Matchroom. DHP Promotions is just DHP Promotions. You know what I mean? So I hear what Rolly is saying. So, but if they pulled out, didn't want to fight you, the money ain't right. Apparently, you get what I'm saying? So the type of money that Devin Haney wants to get paid, that Turk Al-Sheikh ain't involved, it's gonna be hell. So, but one thing about the Haneys, they do land on their feet. You get what I'm saying? So we'll see how it works out. Rolly Romero, you don't have to fight your mandatory anymore. I know you're happy about that, and you can just go off into the sunset and do whatever, call Al or whatever the case may be. But y'all leave your comments below. Let me know, what do you think? Do you guys think that Devin Haney is ducking Rolly Romero? This interview I just showed y'all, they just dropped this interview yesterday. So leave your comments below. Tell me, what do you think? I catch you guys with the next one. My motto, don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Come on. Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Come on.